Today on NewsCenter, find out which MSU student's business idea has been recognized, the Registrar's Office relocation, the MS Walk, and one government professor's views on the recent events at the Boston Marathon. All this and more today on NewsCenter.
Good Thursday evening to you and welcome to NewsCenter. I'm Nate Merritt.
And I'm Bonnie Daly. This is your news for April 25th, 2013.
This semester, the Registrar's Office has been on the move. NewsCenter spoke with Registrar Rosalind Perry to get the scoop.
Normally, the Registrar's Office is located in 201 Ginger Hall. We were in Ginger until the beginning of March when there was a generator fire in Ginger Hall. Because of that fire, the building lost power, water, and heat. So we were relocated temporarily to the second floor of ADUC within the Student Activities, Inclusion, and Leadership area. So our staff is scattered just a tad. Right now, I'm located in 204F, and the Student Services portion of staff are located in 201, the office suite, which was formerly the Student Programming Board office. So Ricardo Nazario Colon was very nice and very instrumental in getting us relocated and being able to provide that space for us so far.
After the power outage in ADUC last week, the Registrar's Office was moved for the third time back to its original location.
Sent us back to Ginger Hall for a day because since it's so busy right now for our office trying to get ready for final grading and commencement, they had no idea when the power was going to be restored. So we kind of grabbed our computer towers and we went back up to Ginger for a day, and then the power was restored. So we came back down to ADUC. The reason why we are still in ADUC, even though classes are being held in Ginger Hall, is because the generator is going to have to be completely replaced. Because of that, they have to take the building offline in May, sometime in May, for at least 2 to 3 weeks. So administration felt like it was going to be just a big hassle to move us here and then move us back a week later, and then for 2 or 3 weeks in May, move us back here, and then once the generator is fixed, move us back to Ginger Hall. So this is why we're still located in ADUC. We should be in ADUC until June 1st. That's the anticipated time that we should move back to Ginger Hall. Hopefully, if everything goes okay with the installation of the new generator, then we will be relocated back to our permanent home in the summertime.
With the help of marketing and other notifications across campus, students were able to be aware of the multiple moves of the Registrar's Office. Events such as the Grad Fair in ADUC help direct students to the new location, as well as lawn signs across campus help keep students aware of the change.
I think it was communicated rather well, considering the short notice and the circumstances, but I have not been privy to whether or not a student has had trouble finding us. I think students have had a good deal, been able to find us pretty well. As a matter of fact, my staff is loving it over here. So they're trying to see if we can get permanent housing over here in ADUC. But everyone over here in Student Life has been very nice to us and very welcoming. So.
Morehead State University's College of Business competed in the annual IDS State U competition. NewsCenter Adam Black takes a look.
Well, it's a state competition in which they bring students from all the state universities and U of L, UK, and all the regionals together to compete in 2 divisions, a business plan division and a business concept division.
Assistant Professor Janet Ratliff says the competition helps students continue on their future business endeavors.
There's a great deal of money. Economic development has a hand in it from the government, and so there's a lot of money available to help students actually bring these businesses that they're proposing to fruition.
2 students from MSU won 2nd place and a check for $1,000 for their business called Bellas of the Bluegrass, an event planning company, says Ratliff.
One of the students' name was Elizabeth Richmond, and the other student's name was Kayla Keaton.
Ratliff and McCormick says it is a very time-consuming project that the 2 students presented.
The students are actually enrolled in a class but the actual forethought about the business and just the interest in it is developed over an entire year, if not longer.
McCormick says that both she and Ratliff were thrilled when they found out their students won second place and was one of the best concepts.
The idea that these, unbiased judges thought that this was a great idea and that it would make money. In fact, they were told that they thought of all the concepts in the undergraduate division, they thought that their concept had the highest likelihood of making money.
Reporting for NewsCenter, Adam Black.
The Kentucky Supreme Court has ruled that students must now be read their rights before being questioned by school administrators. The ruling stems from a case in Nelson County regarding a student bringing hydrocodone to school and sharing it with a classmate. Justice Mary Noble concluded that the student was not aware of possible criminal implications of speaking with school administrators until after admitting to the offense and being arrested. With the ruling, school officials pursuing disciplinary and criminal charges against a student must now inform students of possible criminal implications of their actions.
A student at Morehead State University is being charged with deceiving and sexually abusing a mentally challenged man. According to court documents, 34-year-old Joel Bex posed as a Morehead State University employee and called the Job Corps Training Center in Frenchburg, where the abused male was participating. Bex then allegedly told the center he was an MSU employee able to take one person to an OVC men's basketball championship game in Nashville, Tennessee. Documents say that Bex allegedly met up with the man on March 1st in Lexington and instead of going to the game, took the man to a Motel 6 where the alleged sexual abuse took place. Round County Sheriff deputies arrested Joel Bex on April 19th at his home. Bex was bonded out of jail on a $10,000 bond. A date for Beck's arraignment has not yet been set.
And we'll be right back after the break with a quick look at weather with Marky Owens and News Center Notices featuring Allison Cottle.
Hi, I'm John.
And I'm Steve.
Join us in April for a new program on MSUTV featuring artists and their artwork.
That's right. We're going to talk with artists about what art means to them and how they do what they do.
Poets, painters, songwriters, sculptors, welders, fabricators, weavers, makers, shakers, yes, even bakers of all kinds may join us.
So check out Art This in April and tell every artist you know there's a new venue in town and it's called
Art
This.
Eagle Lake is only a short walk away and allows you to escape from everyday life. You can exercise and relieve stress by walking around the lake, or you can just sit back and enjoy the view. Eagle Lake is the perfect place to go to relax, but in the next few months it's going to get even better. So what are you waiting for? Go up to the lake. You know you want to.
Yo, why are you looking at bags, bro? What you need is a chick magnet. You put me in the room and boom, chicks. That's what I'm talking about.
Welcome back to News Center. I'm Marky Owens. Let's take a look at the weather. Right now it's fair outside with a current temperature of 58 degrees. It's currently below normal and a little cooler than we're used to, but it's been a very beautiful day. Let's take a look at some record temperatures. There was a high of 88 in 1915 and a low of 27 in 1919. So we're not going to be breaking any records today, but it's still been a very beautiful day, so you can't really complain. Let's take a look at your current temperatures. Right now it is 42 in Louisville, 43 in Danville, 45 in Somerset, 44 in London, 45 in Richmond, 44 in Lexington, 38 in Frankfort, 38 in Covington, 43 in Jackson, 44 in Prestonsburg, 43 in Mount Sterling, and 43 in Ashland. It's been very chilly today, but you can't really complain. The past 12 hours at the current look of our Doppler radar, courtesy of WKYT, you can see that there's really not much going on. To the southeast, there's a little bit of precipitation, and tonight we might have a chance of a little scattered showers, but overall it's really just been very clear outside today with a lot of sunshine. Let's take a look at the 12-hour planner. As we go on throughout the night, it gradually cools down and there's a chance for frost, so make sure you cover up your plants. Now let's take it to NewsCenter Notices.
Center Notices. I'm here with Allison Caudill, Assistant Director of Donor Relations. Thanks for being here with us today.
Well, thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Your office coordinates the annual gala. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. The annual Spring Gala has been happening on campus since 1993. It's the annual fundraiser that the president hosts, and we raise a lot of money in this one-night event. We will raise about $125,000 in just one night. We have lots of sponsors that come back to support this event, and it's just a wonderful evening.
So who all comes to the gala?
Well, we have corporate sponsors, which range from local businesses in town to alumni from the area, such as Cincinnati, Lexington, Louisville, who own businesses. And they bring their employees, they bring other alumni and friends of the university. It's just a great evening for them to come back to campus to learn what is going on and for us to showcase the talents of our students.
How many years has it been going on in Moorhead?
Well, it's been going on since 1993, and as I mentioned, it showcases the talents of our students. So every year we showcase something different, and this year we're showcasing the talents of our Kentucky Center for Traditional Music, and that will happen in a show that is after dinner.
So who will be playing in the show?
Yes. Well, there are several different groups from the Kentucky Center for Traditional Music, as well as several students from our music, theater, and dance department that will put together a show that lasts about 45 minutes. The evening starts with a reception, dinner, and then the 45-minute show. So it's a great evening of events.
How long have you guys been getting ready for the gala?
Well, we start preparing as soon as the event is over. So as soon as Saturday night happens, the next week we'll start planning for next year. But this event is always held the last weekend in April.
Is there anything else that you would like to tell our audience about the gala?
Well, it's just a wonderful event, and if anyone is interested in participating, the Office of Development can be contacted at 606-783-2033.
Okay, well, thank you so much for being with us today.
All right, thank you.
We'll be right back after this break.
The Eagle Sports Coaches Show with your host, Jason Blanton, covering all the latest news in Moorhead sports such as men's basketball with Coach Sean Woods, women's basketball with Coach Tom Hodges, and spring sports such as baseball with Coach Mike McGuire and softball with David Williams. So for the latest news with Moorhead Sports, be sure to tune in every Tuesday at 6 p.m. on 96.3 FM, Channel 77 every Wednesday at 6, or on our YouTube channel, YouTube/MSU Eagle Athletics.
Welcome back to News Center. I'm Marky Owens.
Moorhead State University
right now it's
ends
currently
its
58 degrees outside. It's a little chilly and a little bit cooler than normal, but overall it's been a very beautiful day with the sun shining and a few clouds rolling past the sky. The humidity is at 46% outside with a 12-mile-per-hour wind gust coming from the west-southwest. Let's take a look at the current temperatures. It's 42 degrees in Louisville, 38 degrees in Frankfort, 43 degrees in Danville, 45 degrees in Somerset, 44 in London, 45 in Richmond, 43 in Jackson, 44 in Prestonsburg, 43 in Mount Sterling, 43 in Ashland, and 38 in Covington. It's a little bit cooler, but overall, very, very nice day. Let's take a look at the First Alert Defender radar, courtesy of WKYT. Right now, you can see really nothing's going on. A storm system may come from our north later tonight with an isolated chance of showers, but it'll probably just get a little bit cooler and for a chance of a frost advisory. Down to our south, you see a little bit of storms, but those aren't going to affect us at all. Let's take a look at the national radar. As you can see, there's not too much going on either. To our west, we see a little precipitation system, and to our north, we even see a precipitation system with a little bit of snow even farther to our north. But overall, it's not been too bad, not too good. It's just a little clear and a little cool on this spring day. There's a lot of cloud coverage going on to our west and our north, but in the Commonwealth, it's been pretty clear. The temperatures overall are in the 50s to our west and right around the Commonwealth, and definitely warmer in the south as you'd expect, and a little bit cooler in the north. But it's overall a pretty typical April day, except a little bit cooler. Tonight it'll be clear with a chance of an isolated shower popping up, so be aware of that, and a low of 35, and the frost advisory will be out later tonight, so be aware of that to wrap up your plants and possibly start your cars in the morning. Tomorrow it'll be a lot warmer with a high of 65 and partly sunny skies. It'll be a lot more beautiful as the weekend goes on, but there's a catch. We will see some isolated thunderstorms and heavy rain. Let's take a look at the 5-day forecast. On Friday, as I said, there's a high of 65 and a low of 41 degrees with partly sunny skies. On Saturday and Sunday, it'll be in the mid-60s and low 50s for the highs and lows, with those heavy rains, chance of severe thunderstorms. And on Monday and Tuesday, it'll be a high of 74 and a low of 55 with some more storms. And on Tuesday, those skies will be clearing out with a high of 80 degrees and a low of 58. Now overall, it's going to be pretty good. Same pattern that we've been seeing now, to get cold, storms, and get warm again. And as I've looked ahead on Derby weekend, there's a pretty good chance of severe weather, so better bring your umbrellas and dress for that and be prepared for lightning and hail and all of that.
But as for right now, I guess you could say it's not too hot and not too cold.
All you need is a light jacket.
Exactly. Yeah. It's just been very beautiful today. Cannot complain, even though it's a little cool, but you know, just bring a jacket with you just in case.
All right.
All right, we'll take it to Eagle Athletics.
A former LSU Tiger will be joining the MSU men's basketball team. Jalen Courtney has signed an athletic scholarship agreement with Moorhead State and will be eligible to play in the 2014-15 season. Courtney, a Jackson, Mississippi native, had a career high of 14 points and 7 rebounds while at LSU. Head coach Sean Woods says Courtney will bring versatility to the team and expects him to be able to play small forward, power forward, or center. For more updates about basketball Eagles throughout the offseason, go to MSUEagles.com. Anna Appertland has become first MSU freshman to win Ohio Valley Conference Women's Golfer of the Year. Appertland had 6 top 10 finishes for the season and is the 3rd consecutive MSU golfer to win the OVC's top individual honor. Appertland finished the OVC's championship last Tuesday with a 227 for the tournament and placed 4th out of 50. MSU ended the tournament 4th place overall with a final total of 921. Appertland earned her a spot on All-Tournament, making it the 4th consecutive year at least one Eagle has held the spot on the squad. The baseball Eagles fell to 13-29 on the season Tuesday after losing to Ohio University 9-1. The loss ended a 4-game win streak for the Eagles. The Bobcats scored 1 run in the bottom of the 2nd, followed by a 5-run 3rd inning. The Bobcats continued their streak, scoring 1 in the 5th and 2 more in the 6th runs. The Eagles' 1 run came in the 7th inning when sophomore Brandon Raw hit a solo home run. Freshman Craig Piercy, and first MSU career start, was charged with the loss, allowing 6 runs on the 4th hits and 2 innings. The Eagles returned to Allen Field Friday against SIU Edwardsville with the first pitch scheduled around 6 p.m. And now let's take it to NewsCenter's Sports Trivia. How many strikeouts did freshman Matt Anderson get in his first MSU career win? Was it A, 9, B, 13, C, 7, or D, 11?
I'm going to have to go with A, 9.
Yeah, I think I might just go along with Marky and say A as well.
I'm going to say 11.
Well, it looks like you two have done your homework. Bonnie, I'm sorry, but it was A, the answer was 9. Yeah, he done really good for their first win, and we're really seeing some improvements. They had a 4-game winning streak, so that was good after little redemption, so good deal for them. That's all we have time for with MSU Sports Today, and we'll be right back after the break.
Oh man, I think I lost my Eagle card.
Too late. You can just get a new one at the Eagle card office in Aduc.
Oh yeah.
A student organization known as Students Empowering Exceptional Individuals hosted a walk around campus geared towards multiple sclerosis. NewsCenter was on the scene Monday to check out how SEED is helping the cause.
It's a walk to raise money for multiple sclerosis, and every year, every spring, SEED picks an organization and a cause to sort of have a fundraiser for. And this year we picked multiple sclerosis. We have a member who has several family members who are affected, so we chose that sort of because it's close to her heart, and you know, sort of subsequently it's close to all of our hearts. So all of the money that we raise today is going to go to the Multiple Sclerosis Society, and hopefully that will go towards research and helping to find a cure. It's $5 to walk, and then with the $5 you get a bracelet, and that bracelet will get you 20% off any Chickabiddies order tonight. And then also after the walk is over, there's a bake sale here on Laughlin Lawn, and then there's going to be all sorts of yard games and stuff going on. The idea was actually presented at one of our planning meetings in the spring by Angela DeHart, and then we all sort of voted on it and agreed as an organization. And Adam Black is the fundraising coordinator for SEED, so he's been in charge of all the ins and outs of it. It goes to the Multiple Sclerosis Society, so that will be hopefully all that's going to research to find a cure.
Thanks to the efforts of law enforcement agencies, the city of Boston is safe once again. This comes after a 2-day sequestering of neighborhoods where the alleged bomber was hiding. NewsCenter Hardy Breeding has more on the story.
The Boston Marathon, an event that is supposed to be a celebration of endurance, turned into the site of the nation's latest terrorist attack and the decade's first manhunt for homegrown bombers. To shed some light on the situation, NewsCenter sat down with an MSU government professor.
On the law enforcement side, I think their efforts were outstanding. The results kind of speak for themselves. I mean, that they were able to identify and apprehend one of the two bombers, and the other one met a fortunate demise. Speaks very, very well to the professionalism of the Boston first responders, as well as the cooperation between the different levels of government.
Bassett says citizens need to be more observant of their surroundings.
I think probably the most important thing, and this speaks to some of the complacency I think that we might have as a populace, given that there hasn't really been an attack on civilians that's been successful since September 11th, is that we as citizens need to be more vigilant. When we see something that's out of place. So you have the Times Square bomber who parks his truck where it's not supposed to be parked. They notice some smoke coming from it. It's out of place, and they go and notify the police. And thankfully, the guy who designed the IED that was in there, the improvised explosive device, was incompetent, because otherwise, you would have had the death of at least tens of people. And the injury of many more.
In closing, Bassett explained how the bombers received their information and what might follow if convicted.
The younger brother said that they basically learnt through the Inspire magazine that's published by the Al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula. And so there's an article, "Make a Bomb in the Kitchen of Your Mom," that gives great detail in how to build the bombs that they used. It's highly likely that he will be convicted. I think the penalty will likely depend upon his level of cooperation with authorities and whether or not there was any outside involvement. At this point, outside involvement looks incredibly unlikely. This looks more like a case of homegrown radicalization. If I were to handicap it, I'd say a good 75% chance that he'll end up convicted and sentenced to death. But, you never know.
For NewsCenter, I'm Hardy Breeding.
It really is such an unfortunate event that happened in Boston.
Yeah, our sincerest condolences go out to those who had family members who passed during this unfortunate event, and just to let you know, our thoughts are with the families who were injured. And on one hand, it was a bad event, but on the other hand, it's the United States becomes united, and we're just really grateful and thankful for those first responders and the officers and everybody who's out there protecting us. And it shows that they have great fortitude and they know what they're doing.
Everybody's coming together and working together to make sure everybody can build back from the Boston incident, and I think that's great.
Right, it is. So that's something to always think about.
Everybody keep in mind that next week is our last show of the semester.
And on behalf of everybody at NewsCenter, I'm Nate Merritt.
And I'm Bonnie Daly. Have a great evening.